Hey you, so on this video, best silver coin size to own. It's going to be a follow-up to my last video, and that was the best gold coin size to own. So this is the counterpart. It's going to be on silver. It's going to be focusing mainly on the sizes here. Totally of my own personal thoughts and opinions, and I'm going to be focusing mainly and only on coins, so no bars or any other form of silver when we're talking. And it's just going to be the collector coins we've got here. So once again, if you feel you could add anything to this video via commenting in below, go ahead and do that. Let me know your thoughts and opinions, and if you like what you hear and you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe. So I'm going to jump straight into this. So when we're looking at silver, the first thing I will say, and I don't believe I even said this when I was talking about the gold coin sizes, is silver, depending who you're talking to, could be grossly, underpriced to gold, or silver is very underpriced in comparison to gold. Bargain of a lifetime, many would say. It's gold is way overpriced and silver is way underpriced. But silver's always been lower than gold. So anybody and everybody should really be able to purchase silver, even a child that receives pocket money from their parents, or the smallest amount. You can pick up silver depending on the form, and I'll be going over those in a moment, for as low as £5 or $10 or whichever currency. So it's not hard to acquire silver on a very low budget, depending on what type. If you're talking collector coins, if you're trying to get silver itself, looking at it from a pure weight stacker's point of view, it's not hard to acquire. And even if you're talking collector coins, there's many that fall by the wayside that are able to pick up at a later date. So silver, the story with silver is going to be different. I may go higher in size purely because of it's not as expensive when we're talking even to any of the other metals. You'd have to go lower, where we're going copper, and that's even cheaper than silver, do you understand? And you can acquire kilos for absolutely nothing. So silver, as important as it is and such a large role it plays, we all know via manipulation or whatever you want to believe, is way underpriced, or definitely a lot cheaper than gold. So when we're looking at silver, I would say the first size we're going to focus on, which isn't really technically a size but more of a amount, is going to be junk, or fractional. Depending on what country you're in, you may not refer it to as junk, but more old money or fractional. And that could be in any form. Each country has their own version of old coins, and these are going to be coins that once upon a time contained amounts of either gold or silver in them. So 3/4, half, 90%, 10%, regardless of what that is. Why I say these were great is because they could be acquired if you're on a very low budget just looking for weight. This is going to be UK old coinage here. But fractional gets anybody that it appeals more to weight stackers, and that they're able to get well recognized coins, and also, dare I say, the barter gang. Those that believe this is going to be the stuff that you'll need should bartering come along. How I see it when we're weighing up in terms of is it the best size to stack, is that it all depends on your approach and output. But if I have it in my stack and I can use it in hand to give examples, then it's obviously needed for some form, regardless of how you view it. This was purchased early on in my stacking career, and it was of the mindset, should we ever need barter, yada yada. Venezuela's always thrown out there, but I'd like to see a Venezuela in a first world country, something similar happen. Not saying it's totally impossible, anything's possible, but I don't have such a strong mindset of zombie apocalypse tomorrow as I once upon a time did when I picked this stuff up. But in the end of the day, I got a fantastic deal when I picked it up. So is this a great size to own? Not taking into account that silver is so cheap, I would say yes, because it gives you silver or coinage with history and well recognizable. It's very liquid also. There's a lot of collectors on the secondary market that purchase this stuff. A lot of dealers don't, or the big main dealers don't normally stock a lot of this stuff, depending on where you go, especially in the UK. It's mainly on eBay and the likes of, or private dealers. Don't really find a lot of it. More so gold, not so much silver, but it's a good size to be into. Once again, you could be talking US junk silver. I know a lot of European countries have their own. You can get a lot from Mexico, all over the world. Every country has their version of junk or fractional silver. priced very, very handsomely. So I'll definitely put this in the mix and give it a high approach, but I'll do more of a rundown as I come to the end of this video. So that's going to be the first size. I would say stacking purely just that is an approach some people take, because once again, you get more bang for your buck if you're a weight stacker. But if you're more of a slash cowboy, high premium, if you fit into every box, junk, I think, deserves a place in everybody's stack. So we'll leave it at that. The next size I'll get onto will be a size I only own. A common theme here, as I was doing with the gold in fractional, because it was part of a set. I hope this is the 1/20th ounce. I cannot see, so hopefully it's showing up there somewhere. But it's going to be a 1/20th ounce. So this is technically a high premium piece of silver. So 1/20th of an ounce when we're talking. So 20 of these are going to give you an ounce. Now I only own this because it came in the set. I don't think it's a good size because, one, a lot of dealers don't sell them individually. It's always a good sign to see when we're talking or looking at this that a lot of mints only do them in sets. I've personally not seen large. I had the Kookaburra 1/20ths, but I believe once again they're in gold. So I don't know what this would cost if I'm working out the spot price right now, but I think it's a size, if come in a set, it's a good size to accompany. But other than that, I would personally not give this a look in terms of picking up fractional. I would go for more of the junk and not more high premium or well known in such a small size. But nevertheless, it does come. It's a size there. My own personal thoughts and opinions here are I would look over these. But it's funny that I'm holding this specific coin, because when we're talking fractional, I think the Libertards have a strong following when we're talking fractional. But it's all down to year when we're talking fractional with these. And not to forget, this could be costing anywhere from damn near $5, $10. I don't know what it is, but so cheap. You're paying a more insane premium when you're reaching an ounce on silver, because that already carries a large premium than you are with gold. So this is another main reason why I would personally steer clear picking up fractional silver. If you're a collector and purely a collector, by all means disregard everything I'm saying. Everything and anything's for you. But if you want to flip or you want to build weight or stack, then I can't see fractional silver being the best option, especially when you're talking high premium. So next, hoping this is the 1/10. Once again, I can't see too well. I'm going to say everything I just said on the 1/20th. You know, the only reason I own one of these is because it comes in a set that I own. I think the 1/10th, even looking at the market in silver, there's not a very large market for it. You know, with gold, you can pick out quite a few. We're talking half grams that I showed that have a bit of a following. I know the Chinese pandas have a massive thing going on with the 1 gram pandas, and it's a very large following behind them. These can be purchased BU, not proof, but I'm not too sure about how well they're doing in silver once again. So the 1/10th is another size I personally wouldn't be looking at. I think Britannia's once done them also, and it's a size I would absolutely disregard just because of the price of silver. You know, if you want it, we'll get to how we're breaking that down in the end. But this would be another size, although they're out there, it's not something I'd personally be looking at. So then we get on to, we could find one a 1/4 ounce. 1/4 ounce was the sweet spot on my gold videos when we're talking sizes. On silver, I still think it's a size not worth looking at. You're not going to find many coins out there that just come out purely as a 1/4 ounce that are in coin series when we're talking silver. You can mention many with gold once again, but when you're looking at silver, not many. They're coming in sets, but this coin here wasn't in a set. So it is a low premium choice. This is going to be the Armenian art coins. I believe I purchased these when I was doing a full house. I had the 5 kgs and I was working my way down. And so I just picked this up to go along with the set. But other than that, it is handsomely priced. And let me mention, the best of both worlds is when you can get a fractional and, you know, at the premiums of a 1 ounce. You get the best of both worlds, but selling it onto a dealer, not to forget, because it's so much cheaper. And I would say that applies also to the gold. Whenever you're able to pick up a fractional at damn near the same price it would cost at picking up a whole ounce, it's fantastic. And I think that's what I got on these when I had purchased them to do a full house on my other stack, I believe, because I purchased all of them and they are very low premium. So these are a great addition to show off the Noah's Ark Armenian coins of, low premium silver. I wouldn't say they're high premium at all. They could easily be a foundation for anybody in Europe or anywhere in the world that doesn't come with an insane premium. But once again, I wouldn't personally be looking at quarter ounce regardless. And now we're looking at the quarter ounce Libertads, are still on the same size. I believe these have somewhat of a following, but once again, there could be many out there in different quarter ounce sizes. I'm just trying to focus on the ones that could be more popular, and not even so just proof, but I think nowhere near as when we're talking gold. So, quarter ounce, once again, definitely wouldn't be the sweet spot for me when we're talking silver, but they're out there, as we can all see. So then we're getting on to the half ounce. Not too far step away. I think with silver, a lot of these sizes were brought out just to strangle as much as they could when we're talking getting more bang for your buck for dealers and mints, because the price is so small. I mean, I don't know why they didn't do ninth of an ounce and so on. Do you understand? Go up in even small increments, because they could really get as much. I think they have choked the silver market out a lot more with the coins than they have with the gold, but I don't see the point in them when spot price on a whole ounce is so low, regardless of how you look at it, when you're paying already a larger premium, especially in Europe. So these are most definitely not the best buy in America. Yes, and the rest of the world maybe so, but half ounce, once again, is a no-no. They only look good in an extremely low premium or in a set. And that's what we're looking at here to complete the set, and that's going to be the half ounce. So going over the sizes I've just mentioned up till now, I would say have all been decorative. If they come in a set, that's great, and if they don't, steer clear, unless we're talking the fractional junk. But getting on to the meat and potatoes, the bread and butter, we're going to be looking at the 1 ounce. Just like gold, it's the big daddy, the one to cater to, I would easily say, the industry standard. And 1 ounce is obtainable for anybody and everybody. Not a lot of people are not going to be able to afford a 1 ounce piece of silver, and that's going to be worldwide. Of course, there's going to be many that can't, but if you've got a low minimum paying wage, this is it right here. This is the size, just like in the gold, that dealers have no problems moving. It's the most common size, the best size, the most liquid size, I would say. But it's the size that, it's going to be the daddy when we're talking silver. It's going to be the best, but I'll give the breakdown on that in a moment. It's got a large following in proof or in BU or whichever way you're looking at that. And I would say it comes in many different forms, but easily no other size that I'm going to be showing, I think, would come close to the 1 ounce when we're talking silver. So getting on from there, I would say because silver is so low priced, there was opportunities I can see that the dealers took to go larger, and it was more obtainable for people. So we'll get on to larger sizes than I did with the gold, and that's going to be, I would say, the next size up from the 1 ounce is going to be the 2 ounce. Another size that's very obtainable for people. It's picked up a very big following, I think, even from the Perth stuff, a lot of the Perth Lunar stuff, and even a lot of the kookaburras made this size very desirable for people out there. Not an insane premium on them, depending on what coin series you're looking at. Comes in many different forms and sizes. So this is going to be the Royal Mint on the right hand side, Queen's Beast 2 ounce coin, and this is the Perth Mint kookaburra 2 ounce coin. So you can see a massive difference there. So Royal Mint's gone with a more smaller form of the chunky. Perth Mint's gone, with the more squashed out appearance and look. But this is their lunar proof version, yes. But it's a very nice size depending on how you like to hold your pieces and see your pieces. Obtainable for everybody once again. I would say these two easily are premium top sizes here. But with it being so cheap, you could even go larger than that. It's going to be the 5 ounce. Now with the 5 ounce, there are some brands or series that shine a little higher than others. I would say easily when we're looking at even at the Libertards, they do a 5 ounce variant, the BU M proof, and they have a good following. And some can really appreciate and do well, and others are just good to hold, not insanely overpriced, pretty reasonable premiums where it's okay. I could definitely see a plus side to stacking them. Outside of that, it's a size I really wouldn't look towards and wouldn't call the best. It's that no man's zone. A lot of the Perth Mint Luna 2 stuff came out in 5 ounce and had low mintages. Depending on how you're looking at that, it could be because no one's interested in that size. Yes, you can see the low mintage and say it's a low mintage, but maybe because they're not selling well. So there's two ways to look at that. If you believe, something everybody missed and at a later date it's going to become more desirable, then hey ho. But this is the 5 ounce variant here. Not many of the big series do a 5 ounce variant. Once again, being the art coin, it comes in standalone sizes and it's not really a series. You get the same thing every year, just a different change on the date. But going up from there, it could be, when we're talking larger sizes, what could be considered the sweet spot. This is going to be the largest a lot of collectors are willing to go when they're pushing the boundaries when we're talking silver, and that's going to be the 10 ounce. Now the 10 ounce for a long time has been a favorite in America. It's been a size that's done well out there. Either it's been rubbing off from the bars, and then when they brought the coins out, it just had a much larger following in America than even in Europe to do with. But as of late, the 10 ounce has been picking up a lot of traction, especially with the Royal Mint bringing out the Queen's Beast. I believe at one point they was only going to be releasing the 10 ounce Queen's Beast in America. So the fact that they released them here, they can see it just wasn't a size Europe was that into at one point. It was mainly the 1 ounce and the 2 ounce. Those were the two money makers right there. But when we're talking 10 ounces, everybody likes them for their own reasons. Once again, you're getting different variants and different sizes. Perth Mint have the best, but it's easy to obtain, whether you're a man or a woman with big or small hands. It fits nicely. It's not over intimidating. We can get a kilo on display in a moment, and you get to see the design at its best. The motif, the larger it gets, of course, depending on what design you're looking at, then you're getting to see it in all its glory when you're looking at the 10 ounce. It's a size, that I think does well. If we're going to go to the lower spectrum, the 1 ounce, the 10 ounce is the sweet spot for many when they really want to push the boundaries and get dairy and risky. So the 10 ounce is going to be a pretty decent size, and you can always gauge that also by looking at the mints, what they're putting out in 10 ounce in terms of series and how well they're doing. So we could think of a few good series, either it's the Lunas, the Queen's Beast, which I don't have here, the Coots. Once upon a time, I'm not even sure they still come out in 10 ounce, but the 10 ounce is definitely still up there. Going larger than that, we're looking at the kilo, but it's very intimidating when we're looking at the kilo. There is the kilo here. It's a big piece, and a lot of people, it's one size too many. And so I'd leave it at this and say this here is for someone that's going out into the unknown, and only I would do that, and many others that have. But to give a quick rundown and wrap this one up, I would say the best sizes or size to own, if you're on a budget, if you're a stacker that just wants weight, never look past Fractional Junk Silver. It's the best because it has many uses. If you're gonna go smaller, whether we're looking at 1/10, quarter, half, or anything, I think you're always gonna be better off getting junk, because very liquid, has many purposes. If you're a doom and gloomer, then you could always barter with this, and it's a well-known coin, people will know it, and the likes of. So I see this at the lower scale as being the best. When we're talking 1/20th, 1/10th, quarter ounce, even in high premium or BU low premium, I see these as not being that good because silver is so cheap already. So you're better off just going straight away for the big daddy. We're talking about the big daddy. That's going to be what we've got here, the 1 ounce. The 1 ounce hands down is going to be the best silver coin size to own. It has many benefits, but it's the industry standard. It's the size I believe, once again, everything I'm saying, own thoughts and opinions, most liquid when we're talking coins. It's definitely the 1 ounce. Next, which has connoisseurs, definitely up there, appeal to it, and it's gained a lot of traction, especially because it's become a more obtainable. Depending on what the series is, could be more profitable. It's going to be the 2 ounce. You know, there's a lot more 1 ounces obviously that are doing better, but 2 ounces are really coming up. It's a size some may skip. You know, when you're looking at Perth, even they do quite a few of other coins, but seem to skip certain sizes for certain reasons. But a lot of the older coins you can still pick up are very good in 2 ounce, and they come in many fancy forms. So I'll definitely put that next after that. From there, the 5 ounces is going to be, you know, pick wisely. It's definitely not up there that I believe. And, you know, if you're going to own it, just, you know, either have weight or intentions of being able to flip. For both, I've owned the 5 ounces for weight, and I still own a few here. They wasn't the best buys once again. The 10 ounce, if you've got a series you like or a coin you absolutely love, it's great to have them in the largest form that many people are willing to push to. Even the same with the 5 ounces. You'll have certain coins in 10 ounce that came out that have a very low mintage, but I believe they have a low mintage because there just isn't that much of a big buyer's market for them. But I could be absolutely wrong. Who knows? Well, just let me know if you've done fantastic flipping the 10 ounce sizes. But once again, it's more of a, you know, a niche thing for collectors willing to complete sizes, wanting to do set runs and, you know, get the whole coins or all the sizes in that set. Or just, you know, like we have with I'd say the most hottest current series out now that are doing 10 ounces, the Queen's Beast. Just having them in all sizes. Someone's asked me for the mintages on those also, which I can't give no answers for at the moment. So, quick breakdown once again. On the lower scale, I would say rule out all of the fractional and go for junk. That's going to be your best bet if you're on a low budget, a big budget, or whatever type of budget. It has many uses. 1 ounce is going to be best there, and then 2 ounces next. Those are my top picks right there. But once again, I'd love to hear your picks on silver and anything else you'd want to contribute to this video. So hate or love it, guys. Go ahead and leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I'll catch you guys on the rebound.